song, the one that makes me go all night long.
Please welcome Kevin Barnett, Chairman of the Board for ACMA, and Ben Deach, President of SAMPE.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to CAMX 2017. I hope you enjoyed some of these images and suggestions we just saw. I know there are a few that I found funny, and some good reminders of what to do and what not to do over the next 3 days.
Ben and I have the honor to kick off this year's event as the member leaders of the two organizations that produce CAMX, ACMA and SAMPE. And I can't believe, but it's been 3 years since our first CAMX in 2014, which took place right here in Orlando. Now, the first CAMX was very successful in Orlando, and I know by taking a sneak peek at the exhibit hall yesterday and then looking at all the programming this year will be successful as well. CAMX has grown since 2014, and we thank the industry and all of you in particular for your support and attendance to make that happen. But before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to thank you for joining us in December at CAMX. Having to reschedule CAMX from September certainly wasn't something we anticipated, but the number of attendees, speakers, exhibitors who were able to change their plans and join us this week is a testament to how important CAMX is to our industry. Thank you all. We also want to wish our friends, our family in Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico success as they continue to work to get back to normal after the unprecedented hurricane season. I'm sure most of us know someone who's been affected by the storms, so to help, we are collecting donations to the Red Cross hurricane relief efforts. You'll see collection boxes at registration and in the ACMA and SAMPE booths on the show floor, or you can donate through the CAMX website.
I would also like to personally recognize and thank all of you for being here. I know the rescheduling has impacted all of us as we postpone business meetings, made changes to travel, made changes to our work schedules, had additional meetings on projects, the list goes on. CAMX appreciates your support, and now that we're here, it seems appropriate to reflect back on the past 3 years on what we learned at each CAMX. We kicked off CAMX 2014 with a presentation by Kevin Mickey of Scale Composites and learned about the importance of taking risks, accepting challenges, and not giving up. This is especially inspiring for us scientists and engineers because for many of us, risk-taking is not normally part of our DNA. Last year in Anaheim, we made changes and provided you with inspiring stories from 3 people across 3 different market segments who chose composites and advanced materials as a solution for completely different reasons. We were inspired by how composites are helping to achieve an altruistic goal of providing internet access to regions of the world with extreme weather where traditional infrastructure won't work. We learned how crowdsourcing ideas made changes in 3D printing technology for small, possibly self-driving vehicles. And we heard about how the lightweight and flexible properties of composites allow architects to tap into their creativity and deliver beautiful and functional designs that are simply not possible with other materials.
Now, if you were paying attention, and I know everybody was, you may have noticed that Ben didn't mention CAMX 2015 in Dallas. Well, rest assured, it's not because we didn't learn anything from that general session speaker. It's because that general session speaker challenged us, and this year we're responding to that challenge. Gary Smith with General Motors provided the keynote. And since my company directly serves the automotive market, I was paying attention to what he had to say. A few of his messages stood out. He said, "It's not enough to embrace the path less traveled. That in order to change markets as we know them, we must take the path that does not yet exist." Now, I know at Core Molding Technologies, we regularly ask our team, Why can't this be done? Versus accepting why this can't be done. While taking the uncharted path may be uncomfortable for many, Gary reminded us that disruption isn't bad if you're part of it.
This morning, you're going to hear from 3 innovators who are changing the way their companies innovate and do business. They'll provide examples of how companies inspired by the mentality of disruptive innovation have created new products and new manufacturing technologies. In addition to these 3 innovators, we'll share with you some examples of other industry innovations. You'll see these flash on the screen throughout the morning sessions, and I hope these provide some good examples and inspiration to you. As you see and learn about these examples, I encourage you to think about how you can strive to be even more innovative. Maybe take some new risks and think of new ways to disrupt the status quo. As a native of Dayton, Ohio, I'm always inspired by the Wright brothers' innovation of wing warping to achieve the dream of controlled flight. That spirit of innovation has fueled our local area for over a century and inspired many in the advanced materials community, including the company I run, Nona Composites, to think differently and take risks. That spirit is also embraced by the examples we're about to share. The possibilities for composites and advanced materials to be used are infinite. We're here at CAMX to learn from one another, and as an industry, we can come together to find new solutions to old issues and solutions to problems and needs we don't yet know we have. As Mr. Smith said, this is the path that does not yet exist.
Now, I know these possibilities excite both Ben and me as the leaders in SAMPE and ACMA, and we want to inspire the industry to not just embrace challenges, but to meet and to overcome them. We both look forward to learning more over the next few days with all of you and enjoy the show. So now I'd like to invite Marcio Sandri of Owens Corning, our General Session sponsor, to the stage to share a bit about the potential for this industry and how being disruptive may help us get there. Thank you, and enjoy CAMX.